Me when I'm on a live stream with people who actually know technical stuff about fragrances.
What have I got myself into?
I am fucking shitting myself.
My flatulence returning after my first chicken vindaloo of the year.
I've been away for a while, but I'm back now with some surprises for you.
And this is me when I get to a dinner party and they tell me there's no alcohol because they're doing dry January.
What? You son of a bitch! You no good damn bitch!
Hello folks, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the top 10 most iconic masculine fragrances of all time. Before we do that, don't forget, if you want to get fragrance samples in the USA or Canada or Puerto Rico, go to myfragrancesamples.com, link in the description there. The best place to get an amazing range of designer and niche fragrances, and the only place I recommend for you guys in North America. One other small thing, if you want to get Chypre Fulminare appearing on screen now, what a lovely bottle design. You need to hurry if you're in the States or Canada because we only have about 20-something bottles left and it might be a while before we can get more over there, okay? We've got a special offer too if you want to get that with Gravitas Pour Homme plus Chypre Fulminare for the amazing price of $150 shipped, or £120 if you're in the UK. Go to nortonandwilson.com. Amazing fragrance by our perfumer John Stephen. Okay, let's get stuck into this one, guys. 10 iconic fragrances. We're going to do this on a live stream too, and we're going to get guests' opinions too. And I want your opinions. It's actually really hard because you have to leave out some that have a great case to be considered iconic. What do we mean by iconic? So I'm talking about not my favourite or the best necessarily in smell. I'm talking about the ones that have been important in the world of fragrances. Fragrances maybe that anyone in the street may be able to name or recognise, or would at least maybe recognise the bottle, that kind of thing. And we're going to go throughout the decades. Let's go in no particular order, not 1 to 10, not the best, but the 10 that are iconic. How do you think my choices are? Which ones did I miss out? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, first of all, I'm going to go for Fahrenheit. Dior's Fahrenheit, 1988 release. This is an iconic bottle design. It is a unique smell. It was so popular throughout the very late 80s and the 90s and into the early 2000s. Maybe not so commonly worn now, but certainly some people still love it. There's flankers too. I've got a vintage bottle here, just a 30ml. Fahrenheit was an iconic, legendary fragrance. It has this kind of red, fiery aura about it, a sort of petroleum-like accord in there. There's also violet leaf. There's a weird note of hawthorn. It smells, it smells rich. It smells masculine. It smells kind of a mixture of leather and petrol, and a really strong aura of seductive masculinity. Ladies really like this one too, actually, generally, and even younger people today. It has this incredible, recognizable smell. Christian Dior's Fahrenheit, a real hot, fiery, and amazing fragrance. That's got to be in there. So many units sold around the world, and most of us recognize that bottle name, bottle design, and the fragrance name. Okay, moving on to the next one that I'm going to include. I go back in time. One of my all-time favorites is Dior's Eau Sauvage. Okay, so this was the AVENTUS of the 60s, or, well, I won't name other equivalents of today. Really popular fragrance that everybody wanted to own. Eau Sauvage Dior, 1966. Fantastic citrus aromatic, beautiful bergamot notes in the opening there. It's got hedione, which is this ingredient that apparently stimulates the part of women's brains that is responsible for sexual attraction. That's apparently an actual scientific fact. It's got vetiver in the base. I think there's a bit of rosemary, these kitchen herbs in there too. It is fresh. It is natural smelling. It is vibrant. It has this energetic aura. It is a really, really great, fresh, masculine, sexy fragrance, and still smells great today. I've got a vintage bottle, but the modern formula is still great. Steve McQueen, the legendary actor, used this as his signature scent, and he reckoned his success with the ladies could have had something to do with it. The fact that he was a multi-millionaire actor also probably didn't harm his chances. Okay, let's move on. So Eau Sauvage had to be in there. I'm going to include this one, and yeah, it's got to be in there. I think it's got to be. It is now established as the only niche iconic masculine fragrance, I think, and that is, of course, Creed's AVENTUS. 2010 release, opens up with bergamot and pineapple in the mid of the fragrance. Some say jasmine, some say not jasmine, and it's got blackcurrant in there, which gives gives it a little juicy, fruity thing, and in the base you've got patchouli, you've got a little bit of vanilla and birch tar, giving it this slightly leathery undertone. Themed after Napoleon Bonaparte, the ingredients represent his throne, which was made of Louisiana birchwood. One of his favourite dishes was pineapple surprise or something. Wonderful story, amazing fragrance. It's fresh, it's masculine, it's strident. There are so many clones and copies and designer fragrances that smell like it. It's a bit played out, but it is, that's because it was such an icon, still is. It's the fragrance the non-frag head aspires to own as the ultimate fragrance. Okay, good stuff. Aventus, that's 3. Let's keep going. Acqua di Gio. Got to be in there. The mid-90s release, I think it was 96, and I think it was Alberto Marias, one of the first masculine aquatic fragrances. So fragrances moved away from the 80s powerhouse style and the aromatic fougères and the chypres and the woody aromatic fragrances of the 80s and 70s. And we get this very fresh kind of shower gel-esque aquatic, very clean, very approachable, a little bit synthetic. So there's aquatic accords. There's a lot of different citrus in there. There's violet leaf. So it's quite a long, complex note listing, but the overall aura is of this fresh, zesty bergamot with airy kind of sea notes, aquatic, ozonic accords, and it's very, very pleasant. I think this is the one you can make a case for L'Eau d'Essai pour homme from Issey Miyake, but I think this edges it out. It was the most bought and wore, I think the most sold fragrance for men ever for a time. Not sure if it's still in the lead. It may have been overtaken, but yeah, it's an icon. Acqua di Gio. You can't, whether you love it or you don't. I don't love it smell-wise, but you got to give it the credit. Okay, going back in time a little bit, Aramis by Aramis, the original Aramis Cologne Eau de Toilette, 1966 release. This is a bit controversial to put this in. It's a really woody, leathery fragrance. It's fresh, a little bit of citrus in the opening, then very, very spicy middle accords and a leathery undertone. Very rugged, very masculine. The Brat Pack member Sammy Davis Jr. wore it. I think it still stands up today. Very affordably available. Great in its modern formula. I'm including Aramis. Let me know if you agree or if I'm crazy to include that one. I mean, if you want to buy it, go and buy it. I think it's really good. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. It's up to you.
You want to buy it, you buy it. You don't want to buy it, don't buy it. They give me jack shit. Jack shit. Jack shit.
Okay, next up, I think it's got to be in. I'm not a fragrance. I am a fragrance fan. I'm not a fan of this fragrance that much. SAUVAGE by Dior. It's sold so many since it came out in 2015. Iconic ads with Johnny Depp. It is fresh bergamot. It is lavender, and it's a lot of ambroxan. It was Francois Demachy who composed it. It has a very fresh, very piercing kind of aura about this fragrance. Very recognisable, performs really well in the Eau de Toilette. There are flankers too, and you have, it's really, really recognisable. Loads of people have it. It's the one a lot of young guys aspire to have if they, they haven't got a lot of spare cash. They're teenagers, and they buying a designer fragrance is an extravagance. This is the kind of thing people, ordinary people, civilians, still aspire to own. I find it a bit annoying, and it's not my favourite, but I think it has now established itself as an icon of masculine perfumery. Okay, moving on, we're going to go back in time for a bit of Chanel. 1981, the only Chanel in my list, ANTAEUS. Incredible woody chypre fragrance. Bergamot, juniper berries. There's jasmine, the famous jasmine of Chanel leather, castoreum in the base, a little bit of an animalic funk. It is a little bit like it's not like Yves Saint Laurent's KOUROS, but it's nothing like it. I don't know why people say that, but both houses, YSL and Chanel, released a powerhouse, and this is fresh and dark at the same time, named after a Greek god, Antaeus, who lost his power when his feet were removed from the ground. He had to be connected to the earth, which is a bit of a design flaw in a Greek god, really, a bit epic fail there. But amazing stuff. Chanel ANTAEUS. Check this powerhouse out. It's a very refined, smart, if you're dressed like this, but you still want to smell really manly. It's a masculine powerhouse with Chanel's class. So that's what I would say. Okay, let's go on next to Polo Green. Everyone recognises this bottle, 1978 release, very, very big in the 80s. It is a really great piney green, mossy fragrance. I think it's described as a chypre, some call it a fougère. So it's bitter, it's green, it's dry, there's a hint of tobacco, a lot of pininess in there. Did I mention that it's green? It's rugged, it's masculine, and it has the same aura as this one, but that's Aramis by Aramis, but it has this green, verdant, and strident thing. It's, there's got, of course, the Ralph Lauren, however you pronounce it, the guy on the polo thing, and it has that kind of air of, obviously a successful person. You've got to be to play polo, costs a lot of money, and it was apparently the smell of success for some people in the 80s. Kind of, our friend Al Manzano, who's on my live stream, says this was not a cool fragrance. It wasn't sexy. It was for the kind of the square guys, maybe the guys in the country clubs, the conservative types, whereas the cool, hip, young, sexy people were wearing ANTAEUS in the 80s. But you've got to put it in polo green. I love it. Okay, I think we may only have one left now. I hope I've got this right. Yeah, last one then. Got to be in, hasn't it? Oh no, two left. Sorry. YSL's KOUROS, got to be in. The ultimate powerhouse. Some people say it smells pissy. It doesn't smell like piss, but it's got an everything but the kitchen sink note listing, 1981 release. It is fresh and soapy, as well as kind of dirty and gnarly at the same time. The perfume critic Luca Turin kind of said it that way, so I'm paraphrasing him. He also said it was the smell of someone else's used sexed up bed sheets or something, and I kind of get it. So it's fresh and soapy, yet it has a lot of musk, and I think it's civet as well, the thing that's scraped out of some poor cat's rear end. And these are very sexual kind of thing. This was the era when they put musks and the things that come out of bits of animals that have to do with their reproductive organs to subtly suggest to the human brain a sex feeling. And that's what they did with KOUROS. It's amazing. Get the vintage if you can. Last one, it's got to be, the only one I don't own, Le Mal from Jean Paul Gaultier, mid-90s classic. That bottle on its own, so iconic, so recognisable. It's mint. It's lavender, it has wormwood, or otherwise known as artemisia. It's very powdery and a kind of a neo-fougere, an aromatic fougere, with this kind of barbershop, slightly dandified, to me, metrosexual leaning scent. So much less rugged and macho than things that came out a decade and a half earlier. I think it was 1995, Le Mal. That is an icon. Those are my iconic fragrances. If you've enjoyed the video and you like what I bring, please do subscribe. I'm different to some of the other reviewers out there in my type of content, and also in the fact that my videos are considerably worse than most of theirs, judging by the view count. But I'm only kidding. If you want to subscribe, and if you liked the video, please subscribe. And even if you didn't, just subscribe anyway. And you never know, maybe you might like the next one better. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. And although sometimes we may stink... No, hang on. Although sometimes life may stink, at least we can always smell good. Bye-bye.